Live.
Okay, this is our weekly meeting that we are having to update folks on COVID-19. Do we have any idea how many we have joining us today?
Right now,
Gotta run over and look.
I gotta run over and look. I see 5 right now, Margaret.
Okay, not as big an audience as sometimes.
That's right.
It turned into
6.
our Monday meeting.
Yeah, they're starting to come on.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, Mark, why don't you go ahead with some of the town update things, perhaps some of the things we went over at Monday's meeting?
Sure. I just want to start off by saying if anyone has any questions during this time, you can call 236-4730 and let Judy know what your question is, and she'll bring it down here and we can address it. Or you can send an email to townofwv@watervillevalley.org and we will get that question and hopefully can answer it for you. So,
and a way text as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, you can text 603-254-6708.
Yep.
I'll say it one more time. 603-254-6708.
Great. Okay. So town hall is now open Monday through Friday for telephone calls and to drop material off. There is still no in-office traffic yet, but we are here, and if you need to contact us, you can call 603-236-4730 and talk to Sharon or Judy. This is for car registrations, dog licenses, any other normal business that you would be doing here at Town Hall. We are going to have a drop box set up outside the front door of Town Hall, and we'll be able to process all of those things Monday through Friday. Our hours at the post office are going to remain our reduced hours that we have been on, so basically half days Monday through Saturday, and we're going to continue that for at least the month of May over at the post office. We also are going to be having the town crew come in, our public works crew will be coming in Monday through Friday at full staffing starting next Monday. So you're going to see an increase presence from those guys around town. We've got basically a 2-page work list that we're going to be working on things, cleaning up, sweeping sidewalks, cleaning up the roadsides, and that sort of thing. So there'll be a lot of work going on around town, weather dependent. We know we've been getting calls about potholes and stuff in the streets, and we're going to start filling those just as soon as the weather cooperates. So there should be a lot more town activity around visible to folks. And if you have any questions or concerns, just give us a call or send us an email at that townofwv@watervillevalley.org. One of the main things on the cleanup that we have coming up is our town cleanup day. We have Brooke here. Brooke, you want to give us just a little bit of update on that? That'd be great.
Yep. Sure. So the town cleanup will be on May 15th, Friday, starting at 11 a.m. And people who are interested in participating can just come to the rec department, and we're going to have several of us there that can come to your car. You won't need to get out of your car to give you our blue trash bags, disposable gloves if you need them, and then a little gift, a bulb gift, and then your route. So whomever you're going to be cleaning up with can be in your car. We'll view that as your, the people that you are sheltering with, and you can go take on a route with those people. And you just leave your bag after you fill it. You leave your bag on the side of the road, and the Public Works will drive by and pick that up.
Yep.
So, pretty much the extent of it.
Great. And in line with that, the Public Works crew will be driving around on the 15th when we have the cleanup day, as Brooke said. But also, we've been receiving calls regarding brush and yard cleanup that people have been doing. So our plan for that is the Public Works crew will start driving around on May 14th. And if you have brush that you want to stack up on the side of the road by your driveway or whatever, you can leave the brush in the ditch or on the side of the road, and the guys will start picking that up on May 14th. We will pick that brush up until close of business on Monday, May 18th. After that time, any brush that's left on, that comes from your yard waste will be the property owner's or property management company's responsibility. But the highway crew will take care of it up until close of business 4 p.m. on May 18th. And we'll be starting that on Thursday, May 14th. All right, and we will post those times and dates on the town website.
Mark,
Go ahead, Mark.
I think it's worth mentioning too that throughout the last 6 weeks, we have had no indication that any of our employees have been ill.
That's correct.
That's not a guarantee, but basically they have not been ill. And Chris, you want to talk a little bit about what our employees have to do on a daily basis before they go to work?
Sure. So we are about halfway into the first week of our stay-at-home 2.0 issued by the governor last Friday. I want to start out again by thanking all of the residents and employees and visitors. Everyone seems to be doing what we should be doing, and the proof is in the pudding in that the DHHS has updated their active cases map of the state of New Hampshire, where they break down by town the number of cases. And thankfully, we've dropped off that list. There are no active cases right now in Waterville Valley, which we can be very proud of, and it's a tribute to what we've been doing. However, we still need to use caution. We're still testing our patients. Some potential cases have been exposed, but thankfully they've all been negative. But we need to keep in mind that we have a lot of residents and visitors that are here that travel out of state for essential work purposes. And we also have visitors coming to town every weekend. So though that's good news that there's no active cases, we can't guarantee that nobody in town has it or that it's not coming into town. So let's all keep on doing what we're doing, and hopefully we can keep this going, keep this trend going. Starting next week, town operations are going to be fully staffed. All of our employees are going to be screened before they come into work every day. They'll be given a brief questionnaire of 4 questions about their general health and then and any travel. And then we will be taking a body temperature. And if all of those check out fine, they'll be able to start their work day. Anybody that has any signs of or symptoms of the COVID-19 virus, they'll be sent home and asked to quarantine and self-monitor themselves for 14 days. Other than that, A lot of the businesses are out there trying to model a plan going forward in this phase 2, I'll call it. So there's a lot of good ideas out there going around. I think you're going to see some of the restaurants offering outdoor seating. Hopefully we can see some of the tennis courts opened up, and possibly playgrounds. I'm not sure about that yet, but so things are moving in the right direction. I know there's a lot of people that want to see it go, a lot quicker than it's going, but I think we're all doing the right thing, and again, the proof is in the pudding as far as our numbers.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight something that Chris said, and that's the governor has put together a task force of legislators, state staff, and business leaders from across the state, and they are providing the written guidance to each of the industries as they open. So they have provided guidance for, as an example, retail businesses, restaurants, and they meet on an everyday basis, and they're adopting guidelines for additional businesses to open. And that work, as we get the guidance, we'll be able to say in a more definitive way about, as an example, opening our summer camp or opening different venues around town, the athletic club and things like that. Those sets of guidance are being developed right now. So we are waiting for that task force to finish their work and have the governor adopt the provisions, and then they tell us what we can and can't do, or how we will have to go about opening up. So that is work that's continuing. In fact, the task force is meeting right now on different items.
Yeah, Mark, I think the only thing right now, the amendments to our stay-at-home order that the governor talked about last Friday, included some campgrounds being able to open under a certain set of rules, some golf courses, and restaurants with outside seating only, and they're phased in. You need to go to the New Hampshire website.
That's right.
NH.gov in order to understand exactly how these things are operating under the guidance from the governor. Just as an example, I believe golf courses are able to open starting next week.
Yes, but even those guidance that were put out last Friday, I think they're being modified. So you have to check out exactly what the allowances are on the website.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things. I mean, one of the complexities of this whole process is that you can't assume that the same rules are applicable in New Hampshire as they are in other states. States are doing their own thing based on what is happening in their state, and perhaps in neighboring states and that kind of thing. So the best place to go to find out that information is at newhampshire.gov, nh.gov.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Who else do we have to hear from, Mark?
We're the only two. I just checked the YouTube chat, and there aren't any questions there. We don't have any text questions, and Judy hasn't brought anything down. Would you like to review some information from the selectmen, Margaret?
Yes. So we've been in a couple of meetings where we have addressed this issue, but it has to do with folks who are non-resident property owners who would like to come to Waterville Valley to check out the property, maybe after a rental, or even to just take a break and do some recreation. And we've had a lot of inquiries, not a tremendous number. I think, a number of people have even told us, we understand where you are, and others have said, can you clarify this a little more? So we're attempting to respond to that. But the first thing you need to understand is that as elected officials or employees of the town of Waterville Valley, we cannot do anything to advise or encourage people to break the law or violate state or executive or emergency orders, either in New Hampshire or in the states that you live in or the states that you pass through when you're coming to Waterville Valley. So our primary concern as selectmen, as employees of the town, has to be for the safety and health of the entire town and those who are living here at the time. And as we said earlier, right now, we have a higher population than we normally do during the shoulder season. We have people who were renting and never went back to their other homes because they felt they wanted to stay here. We have people who have visited and left. We have people who have visited and stayed. And again, kudos to everybody who's been to town or who is staying in town, because we could not have accomplished what we had in terms of keeping the number of cases down and community spread down if everybody had not cooperated. So basically our position is that Waterville Valley property owners certainly have the right to visit and or stay in their homes here. But we encourage responsibility along with those rights. And if you make or considering making the personal choice to come visit or stay here in the valley during the pandemic, there's some things we think you should consider. I came up with 5, there are probably more. The first is that we assume everybody has the virus. So we ask you to assume that you have the virus. And the reason we say that is because very few of us have been tested. And the test, if reliable, is only as good as the moment it was given. Infected people can be asymptomatic, and we just do not know who is infected. And that includes our public safety department, any town employee, the selectmen. We don't know who the 1 to 4 cases that we've had over the last 6 weeks are. That's for privacy reasons. But it's a safe bet that if you're coming in from outside of Waterville Valley, your home base has a higher number of cases than we have here. And so it's your responsibility to protect everybody else. A real example for you, I just read in the past week, there was somebody who came to Waterville, not to Waterville Valley, but rather to hike at Loon Mountain. And 3 days after he got back from hiking Loon Mountain, he came down with a virus and was hospitalized. So we know that there are people that come and do carry the virus, and we just ask you to consider that as you're making your plans. The other thing is you really need to understand what the executive orders and emergency orders are, not only in the state that you're in, but the state you're going to and all the ones that you pass through. There are states that are being very rigorous about enforcing their stay at home or their shelter in place or whatever order they decide to follow. And some have hefty fines if you were found in violation of that. I know the White Mountain National Forest has recently listed fines for trying to hike in areas which have been closed. And the numbers I remember is that they were charging $5,000 or $10,000 for violations. Here in New Hampshire, the governor has requested that anybody coming from out of state to reside here self-isolate for 14 days. And he's asked that people avoid coming back and forth between states on a regular basis unless it's essential travel. He's also stated that while his stay-at-home order for state residents allows for outside exercise, the intent was that the exercise be local, as he put it, hike local. A third point, if you decide to visit Waterville Valley after consideration of those first 2 points, be really careful when you're planning your trip. Nearly all of the rest stops on Interstate 93 are either closed or they're located in a geographic region of the state with the highest prevalence of COVID-19. Gassing up your vehicle, taking bathroom breaks, snacks, or meals are all components of your trip. How will you accomplish those in the safest possible way? If you make it to the valley, welcome, and we mean that. And please observe all social distancing, hand washing, masking recommendations while you are here, including social isolation for 14 days if you intend to stay for an extended period of time. There are resources in town that can assist you with shopping during your period of self-isolation. Our recent second home visitors have done an excellent job of following this guidance, and we hope you will do the same. Please do not park on the streets. That's always the case in Waterville Valley. Right now, it's particularly important. Please also obey speed limits, as more people than normal for this time of year are walking and biking around town. And if you're going to go for a walk or a hike, leave the car at home so that our trailheads do not become overcrowded, which might cause the Forest Service to close them down. As the Adirondack Mountain Club says, hike low and local. The last point is we do have excellent emergency response and hospital systems here in the area, but they do not have the same breadth of resources that are available in areas that have a larger population. So you will see our EMS personnel in full PPE on their calls, personal protective equipment, again, because they do not know who has the virus. PPE is like gold these days. So please limit your outdoor activities to those that represent minimum risk of injury and an ambulance call. As always, Waterville Valley Spear Hospital, MedCheck are prepared to serve you if there's an injury or illness. And finally, if you have any questions about this communication, which is going to be on the website, or any other town matters, please direct them to townofwv@watervillevalley.org or call 603-236-4730 and ask for the town manager. The town manager and the Board of Selectmen maintain close contact to understand both your questions and the responses you were given. You can also tune in, as you may have done today, to our 3 p.m. weekly update on COVID-19, which is streamed live on YouTube. You can access the login link at the town website, which is www.watervillevalley.org. And thank you so much for your attention. Anything else, anyone?
No, well said, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we don't have any questions right now. We will be providing another update next Wednesday at 3 p.m. And hopefully we'll have some new information for you. We just hope that everyone stays safe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.